Stop trying to hit me! Come on, I'm here! Come on, do it now! Come on!
Get so mad it drives you mad.
You asked for this.
Yeah! Are we live?
We are live.
Horror in chat!
Wait, so who's behind the wheel? Oh, it's Ray. Okay, got it.
Once memes and men coexisted, they shared a peace, forged in laughter and bad jokes. A peace that lasted many generations.
Ray, press A. Press A, Ray.
I gotta.
Press A. Alright, gotta reference the first LP, press A.
Pressing A.
And then something bad happened!
God, that takes me back. Wow, wow. See, this is why she's here. This is why she's here. This is why she's here. Ellen, an unused piece of crap in this act. She won't be seen.
Oh no.
I completely forgot about that one.
Hello, friends. My name is Ray, and the others in the back.
I am the Chodenji generator that powers this Voltes.
This is Fire Emblem 404. Posthumously, this is my very first Fire Emblem ROM hack back. I made back starting in 2006, released in 2009. So this is an old piece of work.
Give it an hour, Josh.
An real old piece of work. It is infamous for several reasons. However, because of its existence, despite any negative feelings I may have towards this, and believe me, there are plenty, it did bring plenty of good things into my life, and one of them, the person cackling in the back, is one of them. So. So, this is a recorded run. We're gonna do developers commentary since I haven't really touched this game much since I last fiddled around with it. And Mel really wants me to relive the old days, so to speak.
Oh, Kiara! Oh,
So, we will.
You're right. You're right.
Wispy.
Yada yada. It was featured in Rats of Prey one time. That was a good time.
Slow Beef and what's his diabetes? They gave you credit because you took it so well, and they were like, "Damn, I can't believe you took this absolute fucking defenestration with a smile."
Sometimes I do that.
Right, you have the patience of 12 saints, perhaps all of the saints of the Elamine Church, and you're not changing this character from Mark because then you can paste fucking the Mark image everywhere.
Yes, you know what? That'll do it. That'll do fine. Mark. That'll do absolutely fine. Okay, let's begin.
A cold one.
Let's begin with chapter -1, the Duchess of Tara.
That's a reference.
This ROM hack is full of those!
Hell yeah! Memes in 2008. Oh, explain this one, right?
I gotta start with the preamble first.
Okay.
Way back in around 2005 or so, 2004 probably. I was a big mark for Fire Emblem. Like 2003 came, and November 2003 came and went, and then got FE7 when it first released over in America. My friend got a copy, and then I was like, "Oh, this game's pretty cool." And I had just stepped off fresh from playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and I was like, "Yeah, I really like this game. There's probably some similarities, like these classes." Wow, is that Marth and Roy? No, it's not. I wasn't one of those people. I was like, this guy does definitely look like Marth though, a little bit, but interesting. So played FE7, had great time. Got me into the series. Played FE6. Went to the Fire Emblem Sanctuary Strategy forums. Met a bunch of cool people. Met Josh there. we started an RP called Fire Emblem Worlds Collide, and Josh was one of the main characters. He eventually became one of the main characters of that RP. When the role playing as Lucia from Lunar 2, Eternal Blue. My character was Shion Uzuki. So I had a bunch of different characters that I wanted to try out to see if I can adapt into a proper story, like as this was the style of the time back in the day. I had a number of characters that I would register as the favorites in my time, and this is covered over later in the narration in this, starting with Violetwood's mode. It was 10 the list, so it was Linoan, as you're seeing now, and Leaf from Thracia, Isaac and Mia from Golden Sun, card character Sakura, Shion Uzuki, Xenosaga Episode 1, Surge and Lena from Chrono Cross, Kingdom Hearts 2 era Sora. Was there anyone else? Well, those were the main core, and I wanted to see if I could throw it all in, and then eventually threw myself in there because, haha, it was the self-insert. And then let's make a game out of this. So Fire Emblem GBA ROM hacking was in its infancy, but I was like, oh, it's curious. People were learning how to make their own stuff. I figured, like, I don't know, I guess I'd give it a shot. Why not? So, spent, like, the start of September, it was in, I had just come off the heels of playing Super Robot Wars OG1, and we're just starting OG2 on my physical copy. And just thinking to myself, alright, how am I gonna do this? Alright, I guess I'll start with trying to replace portraits, and then maybe the battle sprite? We'll see. So anyway, let's start the game. So, there is no Lyn. Lyn is dead in this ROM hack. We have instead the main character, one of the main characters of FE404, Linoan, who is the Duchess of Tara in FE5.
Yeah, Red's not kidding, by the way. Lyn's just dead.
She's dead, dude.
Young teenage Ray had quite the hate boner for Lyn as a character.
Yeah.
I can't say it's completely unwarranted. Her existence in this game sort of is just magic pixie plains girl that everyone is made to love, and then she dies. Because she sure didn't exist in FE6.
Wasn't the biggest fan of her. And
Listen, Mel, she's off with her own self-inserts.
Oh,
got him.
ran off with Mark.
So I decided to eventually replace her with the character that I really had a thing for back in the day, Linoan. Since big draw to her, I really like her design. Even now, I think her design is very, very strong. I like her character arc in Thracia. I like what she does, like what she brings to the table, or how she supports and stuff, like that sort of thing. Even now, is like it feels good to just have her running around. But back then, I gave Linoan a lot of love. You can tell, like, immediately, like, she's got some pretty nice base stats. I think most of her growths are, like, copied verbatim from, FE5.
Yo, verbatim from 5? That's okay.
Oh, no, not verbatim. Even better. Alright, so her growths are 65 HP, 45 magic, 60 skill, 55 speed, 20 defense, 45 res, 55 luck. So HP and defense were buffed from her stats in Thracia by like 5 and 10, I think.
Wow.
And then she has like killer promotion bonuses as well.
Pog.
Hold on, there's messing around with this.
Before we get too far away from it, Ray, can you explain why you had to write around that Lindsay G?
So, this was in the era where ROM hacking, like, in Fire Emblem ROM hacking was in its infancy. Like, it was basic bitch. There was only nightmare tools, there was no FEBuilder, there was no FEditor. It was just nightmare tools, whatever random stuff that you could find from the internet that people have made to help find things like graphic scale, on LZGBA before Nintendo made his version, NLZGBA. I like pie. And pretty much just trying to make heads or tails of what's going on here. And work it into a finished product. The battle animation for Linoan was one of the first things I did. It is a reskin of the male bishop, which is why male bishops are not a thing in FE404. Anytime you see a bishop, it's the female bishop, and there are no monks either, which that class's animation was used for another character. Finagling through NLZGBA trying to insert the battle sprites was a huge pain in the ass. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can try and fetch one of the still images that I could just show you, like a rough inkling of what I had to deal with. Let me see if I can find it. Should have it in this folder, because I kept a log of what I was doing in a change log and like a dev log of what I was doing, and just record what I did for every day for like did that for like 6 months, and I eventually stopped doing that, but I kept editing it every once in a while.
Hey, Christian.
Hi.
Alright, so back in the day on the ranch, you couldn't just add an animation to the GBA's like data. No one had really figured out how to add empty space to a ROM and then hex address point that data to there and then assign it a nightmare. So Ray had to replace, and he could only replace image files, not direct data overwrite. So he couldn't script an animation like you can nowadays. He couldn't then import it over the animation. He had to go into NLZ, find the image point for male bishop, as you just mentioned, that's what Leno's animation replaced. Find that, and then frame by frame, re-input this animation over it in a way that fit what he wanted.
Check this out.
Oh, this is cursed. And you had to invert the colors because you couldn't repoint colors that easily either.
I'll post one of these images in chat, and when these videos on YouTube, I'll put them up on screen as well, so you can see what I have to go through. Look at this.
These are
look at this
absolutely
nonsense.
cursed.
You have to look through. I have to try and make sure everything fit in frame. I have to try to piece together what exactly fit which frame, because you see all the TSA is just kind of messed about. Like this part of this frame, this part of this thing. And I have to try to make sure that whatever I fit in with the animation did not go over the original animation in the terms file, because otherwise I would overwrite stuff.
So FE404 was a passion project.
Overwriting pointers, that sort of thing, was a huge headache at the time, and no one really bothered to do that. So I had to try to make sure everything either fit to the T or was under the T at the time.
But what about all the male bishops in FE7?
He replaced them with female ones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all of them are girls now.
Sorry, Reese fans.
It definitely do be like that sometimes.
Yep. The sacrifices we must make.
And what's his face? Kenneth. Kenneth exploded. Gone.
That boy gone.
Reduced to ashes.
Yeah, he's dead. Replaced with an OC. No, that other girl was so easy to defeat. Good job, Lenoan. You did it. Clap, clap, clap.
That is a double joke. One, because Ray hates Lin. We've already established that, but on Lin mode, if you played hard mode, you could just straight up lose to Bata very easily, because his RNs are 46, and even with the double RN system and weapon training advantage, that's still a pretty decent RN to hit you. So if you just went forward and didn't like heal, just fucking die. More often than not.
So when it came to
Mono's
writing,
moderately
so
scary
when it
if you're
came to
bad at
writing
FE.
dialogue, most of it of what Lenoan says here, and most of what most characters say is vanilla. I eventually injected a couple of haha funny memes at the time, just like rewrote verbiage to not make it like note for note the same game, like things are like said differently but the phrasing is the same, that sort of thing.
Dialogue will super change much later on once other characters come into play.
So now Lenoan just recites her story verbatim from Thracia, which is all true, by the way. Until the part she mentions me, then it's not true. Then it's fabrication and delusion of your mind. But yeah, Lenoan's story, her father tried to harbor Leaf when he was on the run as a little babby. Then when he had to go away and tried to shield Leaf from the problems of the Thracians coming after him, and then he got... Well, Lenoan doesn't hold that against him. The two were pretty tight.
Because he's a protagonist, you see.
Yeah,
So,
basically.
People can't be mad at us.
Sassy.
Heard the woman.
Genuine
Stop.
question, actually. Keep going. Since this was riding the coattails of FFTA, why no FFTA characters?
I wasn't feeling that strongly about FFTA. I did like Ritz at least, but didn't really feel. I don't know.
Even teenage Ray knew that there was something fucked up with Marsh.
I don't know. Just never really clicked to me to use Ritz. There were a number of certain series that I chose to use for the character roster, and there were some filler choices that I could have picked up better. Looking at you, Stina.
Look at
But
Christina.
I think I was overall pretty happy with most of the roster choices that I picked. Even
I agree.
I chose some eclectic ones, such as Igdra Union and Super Robot Wars, and I mean, and hey, this ROM hack helped some people get into those series, so at least I did that right.
Spread the Super Robot Wars. Yes, good, spread it.
Share the load.
So here's some more vanilla.
Yeah, why did Kanan, oh my god, Kanan can't survive.
So, this eludes even me nowadays. There are at least... there are at least several characters that are just retained from wholesale from vanilla, though their growths are improved, and the bases as well. Sane and Kent are two of them, Matthew as well, and Elwood, obviously.
Oh, Elwood's your boy, I get that one.
Hector exists, but he only exists in conversation. I think... I really want to say it was due to the whole this is Lin mode, and the main object of Lin mode is this whole succession crisis between Lin and Lundgren, and they're still doing the whole Lundgren thing. I felt like, yeah, they were the whole reason why, yeah, you're going to do this thing. I didn't really feel like thinking up a reason to have two randos.
It'd be a big plot rewrite right at the start.
Tell Lenoan, hey, this person's doing a thing, go stop him. And she, I mean, so it's just like kind of insane, just basically appropriate Lenoan to do Lin's thing. Matthew was there still because of eventing, I think, yeah. Sort of.
Yes, I remember.
Sort of. Because,
You
like...
could have changed his portrait and put a different thief in, but...
Yeah,
I think he had to remain because of, He had to remain a thief because of chapter 6 and certain other things before Lin's mode ended, because you couldn't just get rid of Lin's mode back in the day.
Also Layla, anyway. Because the Nomad, it was Wrath, I changed to Tempest. But he's still a Nomad, so... There were there were some concessions that I made, but they only went so far.
Yeah, you wish, Doc.
I think like Zane and Ken staying the same is super harmless too anyway, because it'd be like you'd still have to just make up 2 characters who have to be Cavaliers who still have to do the exact same things because of tutorial mapping, tutorial eventing.
Untrue. As long as they can make to the same tiles that you need, they can be replaced with any class.
Mel is correct.
The issue with tutorial event mapping is that the character has to be able to perform the action the tutorial wants them to perform. So this game's gonna make Kent look like a complete idiot. As long as the character class you replace Kent with can do the same idiot movement, the game doesn't care. So,
what
like,
shows
what I know.
A
flyer or
weapon.
Well, he'll still miss. It's event coded.
Yeah.
Shows what I know, but alright.
That's okay, Zach.
I'm playing dumb for the audience.
It's just old tutorial garbage. This would never be a problem in a modern day hack because there's patches that you can implement to just delete the tutorial.
Arch's Tutorial Slayer.
For some reason,
So,
people really got into Fire Emblem hacking.
it's this big thing of like being into FE hacking plays totally into like D&D and just role playing and that kind of stuff, and where it's like this is a medium to high fantasy setting, and people want to make their own medium to high fantasy things. People love magic and elves and sorcery and shit. So just if they can do it, why not?
Yeah.
Fire Emblem's a strategy game too, so it gives people that want that brain power the good endorphins, and it also allows you to level up so you can see your favorite characters if you do a crossover thing like Raisin here, or your OCs.
And you can give your OCs huge growth rates.
And I did for most of the cases,
Growth rates.
so...
Just level up and become strong.
Alright, let's look at the Lycia boys. So, Sane and Kent got slight buffs, their bases are slightly improved, and their growths as well. Sane's new growths are 85 HP, 60 strength, 40 skill, 45 speed, 30 defense, 25 res, 35 block. No changes to his power, but I think it upped his defenses, I think, as well as luck.
He's big! Love him!
And his bases are all, seem like +1s to a number of stats. Same with Kent. Kent's growths are 85 HP, 40 strength, 55 skill, 45 speed, 30 defense, 30 res, 30 luck. I think his luck growth improved. Alright, Sane, go at it. Show him that you can miss with the best of them.
Oh no.
Oh no! He's bad!
Whoa.
Ah! Hazita!
Making him sound like a fucking EFF soldier.
Does that mean that Sane has a 30 cost vigor
Ugh.
and a 40 cost trust?
40 cost trust! Ah!
No, you can just make him like Shine's Goon from that
Yeah!
hack.
Oh god! The god goon from Rixent.
The God Goon Lion Pilot.
Good old Marco. Less Marco. Yawn.
Gone.
You can tell even here it was like tutorial was like, ugh, I hate this so much. I wish I could get rid of it.
Yeah, young Raymond was like, damn, this sure is a boring 10 chapters I have to suffer through.
You do not have to be next to the enemy, but it's good to just throw your dominance
be
around.
next to the enemy!
Unknowing. Good girl.
The enemy.
Tutorial.
Techie.
Alright. Get him, Sane. Get him, genius, man.
You can do it.
Hazita!
Oh.
Damn, he really is an EFF soldier.
Cover me!
Just fucking fire split missiles. Oh no!
This is no jest.
enemy is hidden in the woods.
I mean, for a first-time player, gotta say, tutorials could be a lot worse.
They could.
They're kind of charming, for a first-time player.
No,
Haha.
Like the tutorial, yeah, you're absolutely right. The tutorial could be way worse. It could be way more intrusive into how it's presented,
Or more boring. Like, you can remember, oh hey, I should look out for woods because Sane fucked up.
Man, that Sane, what a fuck up.
What a knob end.
Instead of just a text box telling you, hey, woods.
I understand the desire of wanting to move to the woods, but that bandit can't reach you anyway, so like, what the hell?
Every time they say Mark, I just get the Smash Bros. Announcer saying it in my head.
Mark!
Mark! Oh my god. And God said let there be terrain bonuses. That's me! Oh, Sane.
So Lenoan is capable of using stabs, and she has a good staff rank in Thracia, but she ain't about to use that on this bum right now. Thanks, tutorial.
Doho.
No, wait! Heal me, please!
So I went to pull out the Mark image and I found the sequel.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you found Louis?
Yeah, I found Louis.
Yeah, Louis! Love him! I love Louis so much.
Mark. Lewis.
The Mark and Lewis bros.
To the right.
Hey, no, Mark and Lewis, Mark!
Check a vulnerary. Press A Bhutan.
Press A
Press
Bhutan,
B
right? Press B
Bhutan.
Bhutan.
That one of the only good parts with the
Well,
tutorial.
press A Bhutan, press B Bhutan is still funny. I get the gigglies every time.
Okay, let's talk about the battle frame, since that was something I only worked
This
on
is
like
indeed spicy fresh.
I only worked on later. So weapon icons in the battle frame, that was something that I had to dig deep into when editing. Well, one of the first things I did when I started getting a hang of editing graphics was changing the color of the stat background before replacing it wholesale. Like, I changed it from green to red, and then eventually
Red?
I decided to have a meme going on. Yes?
I need to interrupt you for a very important detail that we need to discuss immediately. Please press R on the Iron Sword.
It's time, isn't it?
What could it be?
Behold, Iron Sword. King of Swords.
The King of Swords.
I'll go back to weapon descriptions in a little bit. Let me finish on my previous topic. So, yeah, the battle frame, it took a little bit of doing since half of it was on the process just editing weapon icons, just trying to learn how to make a custom battle frame. It was like, oh. Since I started working on just making the numbers are actually edited from, they were taken from, Super Mario Bros. 3 All-Stars version?
I'd expect no less.
Like I forget which part of SMB3 used the stuff that's on the main battle frame, but the experience bar is straight from the HUD menu from SMB3. What's up, Dan? And then I just tried to figure out what to do with the colors, but I couldn't really know how to make super fancy stuff, so I just tried to see what would work with NLZGBA, trying to figure out which piece goes where, and just make something that looked visually appealing. So I went with some muted colors, a little bit, and then there's got that border by the experience bar. which had to go fishing through Tile Layer Pro, looking a little bit
This part, right?
looking a little bit after the weapon icons, and that's where I found it. So the CGs were a rip. No one could figure out how to edit these until FEditor came around, and that was like at least a year or so off from FE404 coming out or trying to finish out. So that, and changing them was still like, and I was not the super talented artist that I am nowadays.
Don't sell yourself short. Sorry, I have to call you out there. You sort of just made an entire hack with 30 custom fucking GBA portraits in 2007?
Yeah, but like making cool ass CG cutscenes, I couldn't do that and try and fit that in.
Fair.
So, how
It's
long
not
did it
because you were a
take?
bad artist, it's because no one knew how to put these in.
So I had to make a compromise, and I wrote them as efficient. Like 4 years before Xenoblade Chronicles was released. So the power
had
of
a vision.
Shulk was
Stole
hovering.
your IP.
The power of the Minato was just giving me power from beyond for a little while. So it gets a little haphazard later on as the game goes on. But hey.
Yes, Christian?
So obviously, if Xenoblade had released before this, you would have put in Xenoblade characters,
Oh
right?
hell yeah! Fucking Shulk, Fiora, Dunban, they would have been shooing.
Hell yeah.
I would have willed my way to put in Shulk somehow, even if he didn't like use the Minato proper.
Yeah.
Since a lot of the characters that I picked for trying to adapt into FE404 from my favorites list was who would be the easiest to adapt into a Fire Emblem setting. So Xion was basically impossible since she uses a custom weapon in Xenosaga, basically a giant punching Swiss Army knife sort of thing. So that was out. Sora was like the next on the list, but like adapting the Keyblade, oh god. that would require making an entirely custom class and animation, and we weren't about that life just yet. So he was out.
I really want FE404 featuring Sora from Kingdom Hearts. I really do. I'm sad that it's not true.
You mentioned Sora as a part of your like initial character slot list. I had no fucking idea. I had no fucking idea that you had Sora on that. You said that and me was like, wait, what do you mean you had Sora on here?
I told you. You'll
What?
see it for yourself when we start Elowood mode. I say it plain as day.
Oh my god.
Listen, Kingdom Hearts 2 is the shit, bro.
Yeah,
the shit,
it
you're
is.
right.
It is the shit.
I knew
It's
exactly
the
what
shit.
I
Honestly,
knew.
I think it's probably still the best Kingdom Hearts game. Did I
It's
say that? Like, yes, I'm
great.
not gonna take it back.
It's great, especially to
It's because you're right.
I am correct.
I don't play
Final
Kingdom
mix,
Hearts,
though.
and I'm
Final
very
mix.
much aware 2 is the best one.
Final mix though.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But still 2's like the best Kingdom Hearts game. You will not change my mind.
Point
That's the
being,
Epidemic's rematch.
couldn't probably implement Sora without just like making stuff wholesale, and we couldn't do that
Yeah,
yet.
there's
So
no
he
way
was
Ray could have
out.
fit those shoes into the battle.
And he doesn't
battle
even get a
area.
cameo in this. At least Xion does.
I just imagine Ray making a Myrmidon with like two little points on the sword and then just giant clown shoes.
I'm glad you're enjoying this, Dan. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this at all.
Like, I keep saying this. I'll drill this into you until you get tired of hearing it. You're the only person who doesn't like this. I need to make this very clear to you. The cringes some of it is. We love FE404 down to its core. Like, we're here for this. We're all here for this.
Thank you.
Did you
Ray, you do have to remember
consider?
a long time ago I did in fact LP this game, even if it doesn't exist anymore.
You did tell me about this, Zach.
It was not good.
Yeah.
Did you consider?
Like, I
putting
would
ca-
like to go back and do it again, but I'm just like, I don't want to hurt you that much.
Out of
Go ahead, Chris.
curiosity-
Go ahead.
Yeah. Did you ever consider putting Kyrie in as a healer just so she would ever be able to do something?
I don't know if I was super into Kairi back then. I know I was into Riku back then, but not Kairi.
Nice male sage to replace the male bishop there.
Good eye, Duck. Good eye.
Wow.
But yes, out of curiosity, is there a reason you didn't replace, you know, Lynn's class with Lenone's class? Is that something to do with like weapon reassignment being annoying?
Oh, I think. Let me see. Actually, I think.
Do you mean like on the world map there, Duck?
I think Sister
Well, no, I
is
mean, like,
actually
why-
does take over.
Because you can fight
Linlord.
you can fight Linlords.
Oh wait, no, you're
They
right.
are
You're right.
enemies.
Linlords is Yeah, Linlords are generic enemies at some point.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, because you said you replaced Male
Yeah,
Bishop.
yeah, Male Bishop is
Linlords,
it should be Sister. If I can look through the classes real quick. Yeah, I see it right there. Sister, and then F Bishop below her. Yeah, there's you eventually see Linlords. I don't know, but I don't think I didn't use a Grey Lord or Blade Lord because use that animation strictly for excellent.
I think Salen's animation is really good.
See, I see.
You'll see. All
Are
right.
you ready for are you ready to laugh at this conversation? How dated it is?
Right. It's okay.
No, you'll get a kick out of it. I plan on becoming a mage fighter. I must have this. A mage fighter in this Fire Emblem? Sacrilege.
Sacrilege.
The strength magic split. It was a myth. A farcical dream all the way back in 2006. We could only potentially will it to happen in our deepest corners of our mind.
How many specifically FE7 hacks do the strength magic split?
Not too many.
Because I know FE8, most people nowadays just do it in FE8, but yeah.
Did you consider making Glass a mage, but then was like, wait, I have the best joke.
No, I wanted to
would've been
keep.
really
I wanted
funny.
to keep most of the Lin mode characters in their base classes. Didn't want to finagle with them too much. You raise an interesting proposition there, Kris. Screw the rules.
What would have been really funny is like if you memed super hard and Glass was just a mage and all he had was an iron sword.
If only that were possible at that time. Because you can do that now, but I couldn't reassign animations back then either, like proper like that with a physical weapon. So if a mage used a physical weapon, you would just play no animation.
No, I mean like he's a mage.
I know what
He
you
has a sword
okay. I
that
know
he
what you
can't use.
just have a sword you can't use. Like yeah, that
He
that
just
could
sits
happen.
there.
Free boss kill, I guess.
Free boss kill.
Mark? You're saying Ray fell down and well? Oh no.
Yes. Our 10-chapter Dora the Explorer gameplay.
I think it'd be funnier if he's just a mage on the map with an iron sword that he can use, and you go to fight him and it just plays the mercenary animation.
That would also be pretty funny.
There's
I
Glass.
was like, what?
I think he got 1 point of HP and strength, and that's it. Maybe skill.
Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series is very popular at this time.
Sure fucking was, eh?
It really was.
Alright, time to go over this. I'll explain the King of Swords bit in a second, but... So, all weapons have weapon descriptions. This was not a thing in vanilla FE7. Because, I noticed back in the Japanese version of FE6, weapons had weapon descriptions there, but they were dummied out when, in the same with FE7, there were weapon descriptions there, but they were dummied out when the game came over. And then I noticed, like, oh wow, while looking through Nightmare and the text editor that I was using, this fucking ancient-ass parser, by the way, I'll talk over text editing in a little while.
Text parser. Don't say those cursed fucking words.
We will have to in a little while. And I
Yeah,
noticed there were
yeah.
a bunch of blank spaces by the standard weapon descriptions, and then when I put two and two together, like, huh, these are dummied out. I can work with this. And then so it goes that I decided to do as much as I can and give all the weapons funny descriptions.
Also, funny meme about what was it? About the size of FE404. FE404 is 21 megabytes. You might ask yourself, okay, but Ray replaced everything. He didn't add anything new. Why?
There's actually a much simpler reason for that. Later on, but we'll cover that later.
Quirk of text parsing and image inserting back in the day, and FEditor for a while. I don't know if that was ever fixed, but if you ever inserted something and then saved, it would increase the size of the file. If you kept using the same file, it would just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually break.
Yeah, once...
A lot of hack creators have had to just redo their entire game from scratch, implementing all of the image files, text files, and everything into a new ROM, and then saving it once instead of multiple times, just so they didn't get the size blocked.
That happened to me, actually. By the time I hit chapter 23, a lot of the ROM was kind of breaking up on me, and I had improved some of my spriting back then, as well as some of my abilities, so I decided I'll just start fresh. And it took me like a month to month or two to get back into the swing of things.
Fire Emblem doesn't like being touched as much as we like touching it.
Did you only touch up the art, or is there a secret FE404 alpha text stage?
Mostly just the art. I did rewrite some of the dialogue, but not a whole lot of it.
Okay. A shame.
There is. Thank you for reminding me, Josh. I still have that file as well.
Release the Soto cut.
Release the Soto cut!
Release the Soto cut. Alright, hold on. Let me show you guys this.
Transfer the data!
Transfer the data! Oh, here we go. Here we fucking go. Feast your eyes on this.
Uh-oh.
The left was what it was before I did the update.
Aww.
Oh.
Oh yeah?
Oh. Shoot. With,
There's a large update. Also,
she had a really big forehead.
That's
also,
spriting for ya.
It do be like that. I can't blame you too much.
The mini
if you look
sprite
very
better
closely
there.
in the background of the stat screen, you'll see that Ray has replaced Mario Luigi with Eloyd Lenone himself.
That's correct.
Wow.
Can you tell I like Super Mario Brothers yet? This is unironic. This is one of my favorite things to change the stat background to this, to the Mario stuff. I thought that was pretty funny.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It scrolls really well too.
You know, Ray, as I sit here and look at your Mario profile pictures. No, I didn't know you liked Mario Brothers.
You like?
Well, Zachary, I have something I have to tell you.
You like Mario?
Wow, I like Mario too.
You like
We
Mario?
should be friends.
You know,
Damn, that's
some
weird.
Japanese programmer was probably really happy the first time they got that scrolling stat screen background to work with, like, you know, the actual like vanilla implementation.
I would have put Ellen in that.
making it, Doug?
Yeah, when they're making
FE7?
it. Yeah, yeah.
I would have put
gets it
Ellen in
scrolling
that
and he's just
background
like,
as well. But I didn't have any. I think I ran out of palette to use. Palette colors.
Yeah, Ray had to adhere to those two. What you eating there, Christian?
Nuts.
Wow, really, Mel?
Nutsy.
It is I who nuts to that.
Try nutsy.
Oh man, imagine if you gave him a light brand. That'd be funny. That'd be the real mage fighter.
Alas for him, the light brand exists for only one character in this. It's not locked to him, but
That's right. That is your only
Leaf
light brand,
exists
isn't it?
in this ROM hack, so he called dibs on it.
Besides, he has the King of Swords. He can't lose.
Oh yeah, the King of
given him
Swords
a-
joke.
Should have given him a glass sword, have it be the only one in the game.
So at the time of what FE404 is making, when browsing around in Fire Emblem Sanctuary Strategy, it was a very old post by some guy who was a big fan of Jafar. FE7 was like, Killing Edge, King of Swords. And then one of the moderators did a play on that, and it was like, Iron Sword, King of Swords. And I was like, yes! And given how ubiquitous iron weapon usage was in
Yeah, I always thought it was a
FE7.
community jab.
Given how ubiquitous iron weapon usage was in GBA FE, it worked well as a double pun, so I put both that in, and it's probably my favorite in joke in this for a long time, and I still like it today because it's just so goofy. I like it.
Yeah.
It was
stands the
Wolfer.
test of
That was
time.
it. That was exactly it, Josh. It was Wolfer. I couldn't remember who was the mod at the time, but it was Wolfer. That was it.
It stands the test of time because no matter how many Frown games comes out, everyone keeps just using iron weapons.
Look,
do
bitches
like
love
that.
the E-rank shit.
I can't use my silver sword now. What if I need it
This
later?
reminds me of the time when that girl came here and received the Manikati. Lynn lost with the Manikati? Owned.
Nothing changed.
Yeah, that's the priest vision now.
She was. Is that so?
Oh well.
Oh well.
Shrug, I guess.
She picked up the Manikati and she died.
Then went back to bot and died to bot. If things happened a little bit out of order for Lynn, okay? In this continuity, it's a bit weird.
Christian, this video is amazing.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the red and choking in the background really makes it.
Meanwhile, thousands of miles away.
Oh, it's time for my favorite joke of the Lynn part. Oh, baby. The poison.
There must be no blunders.
A blunder?
I don't know how this began. It's been far too long.